Yes, sir. We are live. We are live. Hold on, let me get this thumbnail up too. I don't even think I got the thumbnail up. I'm tripping. But tune in, tune in. Let me get a hashtag Noti Gang for all my guys that pull up early before I even get the link out. Hashtag Noti Gang in the chat. You know how we rocking. It is your boy Commish Mula, man. SBA Live episode 8. SBA Live episode 8. Let's see what's going on. Got that thumbnail saved. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to my guy Eli Anthony Mullis in the building. AJ Mullis, to be exact. And hold on, as the guys roll in, let's just keep this thing going. Let me get a hashtag Noti Gang in the chat for all the guys who got in here before I drop the link in the chat. You know how we coming. Noti Gang. Let me know. Let me get a sound check. Let me get a live check. Am I good? Is it breaking up? Can you hear me good? Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me. Drop a comment. Let me know if y'all hear me good before we get this thing going. Try to keep everything together. Yes, sir. All right. Got that thumbnail up. Got everything good. Let me know if y'all hear me. I'm breaking up a little bit. Breaking up a little bit, Olin. O-Block say I'm breaking up a little bit. Talk to me. Let me see. I'm still breaking up, y'all. Let me know if I'm still breaking up, fellas. Am I breaking up? Am I looking like a little fuzzy or anything? Talk to me. I just want to make sure everything before we get going. I don't want to be talking and you guys can't even hear me. Get going. I don't want to be talking and you guys can't even hear me. Okay. Everybody, okay. I just did a little check myself. It seems to be fine. Let me see what's up. Let me see what's up. Let me see. Throw the SBA Academy ticker down there. Shout out to all my guys in the chat, man. Let me get this link out real quick and then we're going to do what we do. So, yeah, man, we hit 800 subscribers. So, you know, we turned up tonight. If we hit 20 viewers, 20 likes on this video, you know, we're going to do a little giveaway. We're going to do a little giveaway, give you guys some SC. Want to make sure y'all, you know, want to make sure y'all get some opportunities to get some extra SC, especially the new guys, the new prospects. Shout out to all the new prospects that's in here. Shout out to all the new subscribers here in the Mulaverse, man. We've been going up. We've been going crazy. I know the new subscribers have just been seeing some of the highlight videos that's been going out, some of the live streams, but this is a chance for y'all to really tap in and, you know, see what the SBA community is really about. You know, y'all get to see my face. I'm the commissioner here. I get to see some of these guys in the live chat. I get to chop it up with them. Shout out to King Kendall. Shout out to Olin. Shout out to Eli. Who else? Anthony Mullis in the building. Shout out to Daniel Severio. Shout out to TJ Andre Roche. Shout out to my guy, y'all said Severio. Shout out to Jaden Thomas. Yes, sir. A lot of people rolling in. A lot of new guys here. I'm very excited, man, for season 2. It's season 2, right? But it's really still season 1 if you think about it, because we haven't even had our first season of the Simulation Basketball Association yet. We've just been doing the prereqs and the intro series, so to speak, which is our academy, you know, college and high school, which is combined now into academy, and then the overseas guys. Those are kind of like prereqs, intros of your characters before you jump into the league. We have a whole world here. This is the Mulaverse, you know what I'm saying? This is our world. So here in this world, what we're intending to do is take this thing up to the next level. We have storylines for each player. It's very pivotal that you get your storyline in, because that's how we're going to, you know, take bits and pieces of those ideas in your storyline and incorporate that into this world here in the Mulaverse. I will be dropping more content around top players and, you know, who these top players are behind the scenes. We have a lot of AI tools and we have a lot of dope content creators that can help us really take storylines to the next level outside of just streaming games, outside of just streaming basketball 2K. I want to take things to the next level and really, tap into you guys' storylines, and tap into where you guys are from and things of that nature. We are gonna have like a World Cup series every other year. After we get the Pro Series underway, because we do have players from all over. We have international players. We have all types of stuff, man. Shout out to D'Angelo Cannon, Ace Howard, The Five Show, Mad Max in the building. And yeah, man. So we definitely expanding this thing out. And I didn't want to take too much time, but I definitely want to touch on some important things during this podcast, guys. And a few of those topics are just let me see right here. Let me get into Discord. We're gonna have the HS1 National Tournament stats and review. We're also gonna have HS1 League Leader review. We're gonna have prospect runs review, top 5 prospects so far, academy team reviews, and then we're gonna do a little Q&A and do the 1500 SC giveaway. So yeah, couple things to cover. We're not gonna do too much here. Shout out to my guy Olin in the building. He does the statistics for us. He keeps us up to date with the stats. And my guy Olin really just been honing it down since we became a league, man. It all started with an idea and a couple of guys, and now this thing is exploded. We got 800 subscribers. We on our way to monetization. Got to get them watch hours up. We working on that. We in the lab. And we really building this thing out, man. So I definitely appreciate you guys for rocking with us, man. Season 2 on the way. And yeah, without further ado, we're just gonna cover these high school. We're gonna cover the high school tournament as we've seen thus far. McEachern versus Grayson in the first game. McEachern upset Grayson. That was very tough. Shout out to my guy David Sims in the building, Prince Gonzalez. Yeah, my guy Ty Wells, the coldest. A lot of new guys showing their face, man. It's very exciting times here in the SBA. We got a lot of new prospects, guys. And trust me, all of you guys are going to get your time to shine. You just got to be patient. Our sliders are still in beta for 2K24 because there's still a lot of testing to do, AI versus AI. I know I like to get a really good slider set. And I think I make some of the best CPU versus CPU slider sets, if we're just being honest. Not to toot my own horn, but we do a real good job of really studying the game and figuring out where we're gonna take this thing. Shout out to my guy Donovan Green in the building, man. And thanks, babe. But yeah, so we definitely take our time with building this thing out and getting the right sliders, so that way we're having the most realistic simulation experience as possible. I like numbers to be realistic. I like storylines to be realistic. I like attributes to be realistic. I'm not the type of guy who's gonna just have guys coming in, being superstars off the rip. Everything is earned here and not given. So that's just how we rock in the SBA, man. You'll get used to it eventually. And if you want to go to another league where it's not as serious or it's not as realistic, then there's a lot of options. And I can even refer you to some places if you're just the casual sim gamer. But here we're like the top of the top, cream of the crop, man. We want the best. Like, we want the best simulation gamers. We want guys who are really going to take time to develop their players, take time to learn tendencies and figure out what tendencies work for their players. And we want to create a skills gap as well. We don't want to make it easy for anybody to just come here and be a star. That's not what we're trying to do here. We want to really make this thing truly competitive, because I think that simulation sports is the future. I think digital and virtual sports is the future. And I think if we, implement these things the proper way, that we will stay ahead of the curve. We are the #1 simulation basketball league out there. I don't think it's even close. If we're being honest, we show every game. We don't cut any corners. A lot of the leagues don't really stream every game. And that's not like, I don't want to knock them for that, but I just feel like that's not a full experience. So here in the Mulaverse, we just do things just a little differently. Even if it takes time, we're gonna get to it. I do have a real life as well. I do a lot of cool things in my real life. If you want to get in tune with that, you can hit me on the back channel. But yeah, man. So enough about that, though. Let's jump into this high school stuff so we could keep on par with what we got on schedule. And yeah, high school series tournament, man. It's been a movie so far. The season was amazing. Make sure you go check out the high school series, because even if you're a new prospect, you're gonna want to watch these high school guys, because a lot of these top guys that's coming in are going to be sophomores in the academy now. So they're going to be a year ahead of you, and you never know who you want to team up with, what you want to do and things of that nature. So just stay tuned And shout out to the SimWorld too. SimWorld is definitely a pretty dope simulation experience as well. They do things, very different from the way we do it though. But I do rock with SimWorld. We've talked about partnering up and doing some things, not as far as like bridging the leagues together, but they've been in conversation with me about becoming like a brand ambassador and bringing some of their content to our channel. We didn't really work out the kinks of that yet, but it's maybe something I'll be interested in, because I'll have less to do as far as over there, just as far as just covering them. But back to the Mulaverse, man, back to the SBA. McGee Churn took out Grayson in a big time upset. Shout out to my guy, Wick. I don't know what's his name. My guy Yahtzee Rivers or Yangtze Rivers, Tommy Zhao in the building. I'm seeing like shout out to my guy Roz as well, Aiden Teixeira. I'm seeing a lot of names, and I got to get used to these YouTube names. And I know these are their names in other leagues, but this is the SBA guys, so we really not acknowledging all of that. If it ain't your name in the SBA, I'm probably really not gonna say it on here unless I know it's you. But big shout out to the new guys in the league, man. Keep killing it. SBA on the rise, SBA on the rise, man. We're gonna keep going crazy. But McEachern took out Grayson in the first round. That was a huge upset. Huge upset. I do want to tap into that game for 1 second. Let me see. Let me see what that game was looking like. We had that was the first round. Yeah, that was actually the first round. So yeah, McEachern took out Grayson 97-76. And we could tap into that game a little further to see what was going on there. Terrell Brewer of McEachern had 14 points. Jalen Calhoun had 13 points. DJ Cannon, that top guy, man, with 26 points on the night, 26-7. And Terrell Brewer had 14-8. That was a pretty good game, man. It was definitely surprising to see, McEachern come away with that win, but it was definitely on the back of this kid, Jalen Jackson. Jalen Jackson is a kid that you cannot sleep on, guys. This kid, Jalen Jackson, proved a lot of people wrong in the tournament. He did start off the year a bit shaky, but he got it together later in the league, and he showed tremendous flashes during the tournament, and big time players step up in big moments. And this was a big moment for Jalen Jackson, as it was tournament play. You're going against some of the top competition in the high school series, and he really, really stepped up in this game to get his team a win. And I just got to tip my hat to Jalen Jackson in that first round, because that was a huge win to get McEachern over the hump. And McEachern wasn't a team to sleep on. Of course, they had their rough patches during the high school season, but they definitely stuck it through. And they made a very good run in the national tournament, man. They made a very good run up until the semifinals, which we're gonna get to in a few. Man, shout out to Shador Green in the building. Shout out to my guy Zanu Fenton in the building, man. A lot of SBA guys tuning in. And then on the other side for Grayson in that loss, man, Javon Simpson really carrying a load, 23 points on the night. Kamari Baden with only 10 points on 33% from the field, guys. Kamari Baden was the top guy for Grayson. So anytime your top guy has a performance like this, it's going to be very hard for you to come away with the win. He was 50% from the three-point line, as we see here, but only 33% from the field. So that's very tough right there for Kamari Baden. And that was a big catalyst for why they lost this game, man. Javon Simpson couldn't do it all. He was really carrying the load for the team a lot. He's a guard, but he actually led this team in rebounds as well. So scouts definitely pay attention to Javon Simpson. Tremendous athlete, tremendous, talent, all-around guy. And I'm very interested to see what he's going to do in the future. But definitely an unfortunate loss in the first round for Grayson after being the second seed. And, hopefully, we see a lot from these. Hopefully, we see a lot more from some of these top players at the next level. Can't wait to see where they go. The Mulaverse All-American game will be next week. Or maybe actually, yeah, we're gonna do it next week. This week, we're just gonna lock in for the championship, and the rest of the week, we're gonna create players and get the prospects done. I'm trying to transfer all players over like as soon as this week, so that way we really can digest this academy and start to put people where they need to be and run the prospect games accurately. If we get the guys who are going to be in the academy into the prospect games, I think that will put us in a solid place to start getting the combine foul right and the overseas foul right. And that will be the next steps in the next coming weeks. That's why we're kind of spacing things out, guys. So we are in a transition period, but trust me, we are knocking things out. The staff is definitely, doing a thing. And yeah, so the next game was Duncanville and Montverde in that first round. And that was another tough game. Montverde Academy pulling away with that one, 76-68. And yeah, man, Duncanville had showed flashes during the year as well. We know they had a lot of top guys, top big and Thaddeus Hill. And we knew this was going to be an all-out war because Thaddeus Hill and Casey Robinson has been going at it, two of the top bigs here in the Mulaverse. And these dudes come to play. They come to play every single night. Thaddeus Hill had 23 points in that game with 10 rebounds, one steal, and a block. Daddy is really doing his thing, 75% from the field, 100% from the three-point line. So he was dialed in that game. Unfortunately, just couldn't get it done. His supporting cast, couldn't help him get over that hump, man. Debo Ame, a user, 15 points on the night, 2 steals, 3 assists. He's a good two-way guy. 40% from the field, not too bad. 38% from the three-point line. That's below average for him, but that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty good. Devil Ame is definitely going to be a problem at the next level, and I can't wait to see where he goes for the academy. Brandon Young, another user who played really good in that game, 42%, 14 points, 2 rebounds. Did have 5 turnovers though, 7 assists and 5 turnovers. Eh, like, you know what I'm saying? But this kid does show flashes of tremendous potential. Nice size 2 guard. And I think he's going to give a lot of people trouble. I think he's going to give the league trouble if you sleep on him. Brandon Young, tremendous talent. Zach Levine type of build. A little bit more of a playmaker as far as like setting guys up than Zach Levine. He definitely could play the 1, but I feel like he may be a little more suited and comfortable at the 2. So yeah, yeah. Lamar Anderson was quiet in that game. That was crazy. 5 points, 5 assists. We've seen this kid go for 30, and he shot it 50% from the field and the three-point line. So, just an unfortunate stretch right there for Lamar Anderson, and just tough, man. His team wasn't able to get over the hump and do it, and that was a big part by the guys over here for McEachern. I mean, pardon me, not McEachern, Montverde Academy. Montverde Academy users came to play. TJ Andre Roche, 18 points, 2 rebounds. He was 33% from the three-point line, 50% from the field. Franklin Brooks, 18 points, 53% from the field. And Franklin Brooks literally got it going later on. And this kid steps up in big moments. Franklin Brooks had a couple of games, where he may have been quiet, ill-advised shots at times. You definitely got to have the right coach to help this guy reel it in at moments. But when a big game is on the line and he's going against some of the top competition, that is when Franklin Brooks plays his best basketball. And that is something to take note. And then following him, you have Caleb Houston as the other guard, which is just a super steady guard. Caleb Houston just like as good as you can get in the point guard, man. Just super sturdy, protects the ball, can score when needed, efficient, and just everything that you kind of want out of a solid guard. Not too spectacular, never too high, never too low. Just a nice, consistent guard that you want to have on your team, a team player, humble guy. And man, this Montverde team is definitely going to be a team to watch this weekend in the championship, man. And this is just a review over like, the entire tournament and the journey of how we got here. Casey Robinson, 10 points, 13 rebounds in that game. And Casey Robinson that's just what he does. He's not the, biggest scorer at times, but he can step up and give you a bucket when needed. KC just does what he needs to get his team to win. KC also is a really good playmaker at the big spot. As you can see, 5 assists here. So 10 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. And when he gets those rebounds most times, he's looking to launch that thing and start the break. And that's one of my favorite things about Casey Robinson's game. And this is why he's like in debate to be like, as he's debatably one of the best players in the high school series, although he's not like the craziest scorer. It's just the little things he does. It's the IQ, it's the game situation, and this guy is just a complete winner. So definitely scouts are raving about Casey Robinson. and he's already punched his ticket, declaring that he will be going to the SBA draft straight out of high school. So how about that, man? Casey Robinson may be one of the first guys drafted in the SBA straight out of high school. And then you got Kim Ball versus IMG Academy. IMG Academy was able to come away with the win. Kim Ball really struggling to score in that game. Really what we just seen from them all season. Just can't score down the stretch. Too many scoring slumps. And whenever you're going against a high-powered offense like IMG Academy, you cannot afford to not score it, at a high level. If I'm just being honest, man, IMG is gonna make you pay 10 times out of 10 if you can't score against them. Even if you're a good defensive team, this team is going to find ways to score. So you have to be able to match their scoring efforts, man. Defense wins championships. They say, defense is it, and it is very important. But against a team like IMG, man, this is still basketball, and the name of the game is buckets. You cannot put up numbers like this right here. They didn't even have a guy over 11 points. Khalil Griffin with 11 points, and he shot at 40%, 30% from the three-point line, and that is your high scorer. I think Khalil Griffin might have been the leading scorer of this team with only about 11, 12 points. So definitely going to be a struggle trying to win if things are going like that, man. Shout out to High Life Gaming in the building, McQuinn. He said McQuinn in the building. A lot of new guys, man. A lot of new guys. So I appreciate you new guys for checking in. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. Let me get a hashtag our league. Let me see who's still with us, man. But man, we got this thing rolling. And like I said, Kimball is just not gonna win games, scoring at that rate. So scouts are still gonna be paying attention to a lot of these guys though, because a lot of these guys have showed flashes of what they can do at the next level. A lot of defensive guys here. So if you're a team that's looking to patch some holes on defense at the academy level, then you definitely want to take an eye at some of them Kimball guys. And they do have some dope users who I think maybe just couldn't find a game with the personnel that they had. A lot of defensive guys and no true scorer. So they had success, in state competition. But when they got to the whole Mulaverse and national scene, just couldn't get it done. And IMG Academy, just too good of a scoring team. Deshaun Nakano went berserk in this one. 28.7 rebounds, 5 assists for Deshaun Nakano. And then Kamari Rice, 9 points, 8 assists. And Kamari was just out there diamond. We know this kid is usually a scorer, high flying, but this guy was diamond out there. Does have that in his pack as well. Not the best shooting performance from him in this game, but he did get better in the later in the tournament as far as like shooting the three ball went. Jace Willis with a calm game in this one, 15 points, but he shot it terribly. Jace Willis kind of cooled off during the season. Was a point during the season where Jace Willis looked unstoppable. So he showed you a lot of flashes of big time scoring and kind of trailed off later on, like I said. And in the tournament, he was a bit sturdy. He gave you certain flashes and moments as well. And I think there's a lot of untapped potential with Jace Willis. It's just going to be all up to him. It's up to, is he going to show up? Is he going to stack his SC? Will he, become a generic? If he becomes a generic, then he will have some sturdy, progression based on he will have some sturdy progression basically based on how well he plays throughout the academy with his base, with his base stats. So could be very tough for some of these guys if they aren't active at the next level. But a lot of these guys show flashes at the high school level, and I'm very excited to see what they do in academy, man. Shout out to Janet Thomas, D'Angelo Cannon, High Life Gaming, my guy Carlos Luzon, Ace Triller, and my guy the coldest Tywell still rocking with us, man. Salute to y'all. We're gonna keep this thing going, man. IMG went on to the next round in that one. And we're also gonna go over to this next game real quick. Like I said, I just want to give you guys a quick wrap up of what was going on in the high school, in the high school tournament before we go to the next step. So in round 2, which was the semifinals, we had IMG versus Montverde Academy. We just covered what those teams went to get to the semifinals, and then we had McEachern versus Word of God. I did skip over Sierra Canyon and Word of God, so actually I'm just gonna quickly go over that one. Feral Reigns went crazy. Sierra Canyon, pretty balanced team. I want to say they were like very reminiscent of IMG when it comes to the shooting ability of that team with Larry James and company, like Antonio Newsom and those guys. They definitely showed the capability capabilities to score it at times and at a high level, and this team can get hot very, very quick. However, Word of God is a very balanced team. Word of God was the 1 seed. They have like arguably the best player, arguably another one of the best players in the country, and Pharaoh Reigns, who will not take no for an answer. This guy is always in the lab. He's always in the gym working on his player. He's always trying to find ways for his player to improve. And this guy is like Mamba mentality. He will do anything, anything to get an edge on the competition. Pharaoh Reigns is probably one of the most active guys, but he also is a guy who supports the league in a major way. And he's willing to spend that check on his player. You don't have to. Some of the top guys, as far as SC is concerned, do not pay for SC. But Pharaoh Reigns is the type of guy who's going to earn SC every day, and he's going to pay for SC to make sure he's over the hump. So big shout out to Pharaoh Reigns, man. He's definitely a pillar of this league. He's the reason why we became a free league this year. He literally paid for all of you guys to be free. So big shout out to Pharaoh Reigns. Let me get a hashtag Reigns in the chat. Let me get a hashtag Reigns in the chat for Pharaoh Reigns. This guy paid for the entire league to be free for this season, guys. And the more guys that we get into this league based on activity, we may eventually have to go, back to paying later in the season, because there's no way we're gonna be able to keep up. We got 800 subscribers now. We had 136 applications for season 2, and I didn't even get, like, I wasn't even able to get to everybody because 136 applications, making 136 new guys and putting them on teams. It was just going to be a headache, as well as a lot of guys not reading and finishing what their duties were when they got into the Discord. So we wound up keeping it, at a comfortable number. And we still are taking applications for guys that are going to be active, guys who are going to do what it takes for their player and to, keep this league flowing the way it's supposed to. I'm not trying to stress my staff about creating guys who are not going to even be here or be active. So, we limited a nice number of guys, and big shout out to Pharaoh Reigns though, man, for, really holding you guys down and just holding the league down in general. Shout out to my guy, Pavo, aka Deshaun Nakano, man. Shout out to Prince Gonzalez in the building. And yeah, man, back to this game though. Sierra Canyon definitely showed flashes. Larry James, always a big time scorer, but in this game, he was a bit cold. 35% from the field, 29% from the 3-point line. And we know this guy is a shooter. So for him to be shooting like that, the defensive Word of God had to be challenging him on the night. Shabazz Armstrong, 7 points on the night. 11 was the next scorer after Larry, which was Antonio Newsom, another pretty good scorer. But the rest of the guys were kind of cold, man. Even Zhao Lee, cold on the night. 7 points, 9 rebounds for him, 2 blocks. So, Zhao is a taller guy. Got to get some weight on that frame. But I'm also very excited to see where a lot of these guys go. Caden Numa, man, very cold on that game. And that's a very big catalyst to why, things were hard. And Caden Numa is a smaller guard, man. They had 2 very small guards, and I think that caught up to them in this national tournament. I knew something like that will be able to catch up with them. And this is the thing with users, man. In the first season, I had to put a lot of users together. So you got some point guards that split in the combination, and we get that a lot in high school anyway. So it is realistic because, guards are guards in high school. You don't really get to being a true small forward, a true, shooting guard and things of that nature, or a true big man until you get to like closer to the professional level. Even in college, guards are kind of combo guards unless you have like a true PG. Shout out to my guy Will Beach in the building as well. Man, this kid is another new guy, man. Shout out to the new guys really showing up and showing out. But yeah, man, that kind of caught up to Sierra Canyon, those 2 small guards, those 2 point guards. I think Larry could serve well at the 2, but not a defensive guy by any measure. Same thing with Caden Newman. They're smaller guys. So whenever you got scoring guards just going right at these guys, it's kind of easy for them to take over, man. And then on the side of Word of God, this kid, Pharaoh Reigns, like I said, just went absolutely nuts. He's always working on his game, and proper preparation prevents poor performance. And that is the name of the game for Pharaoh Reigns. 34 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 6 assists, 50% from the 3-point line, 55% after. 55% from the field, 100% from the free throw line, and 32 minutes played most of the game. And just check out the numbers right here for Pharaoh Reigns, man. This kid only one turnover, and he just played almost a perfect game. AJ Quinn doing what he does, stepping up big time. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, 4 assists. And this kid AJ and Adrian Robinson might have been the best big man duo in the league. Like, it is very hard to get off against those two. AJ Quinn, undersized center, but when I say this kid is a force to be reckoned with on both ends of the floor, I mean it. Very, like, reminds me of a Zion Williamson type of guy. And then Adrian Robinson is, of course, that Giannis-like build, lengthy guy, hard to, get around in the paint. And with those two guys on the defensive end, it gets tough. It gets very tough. And that showed this showed in this round, in the first round of the tournament. And that's what ultimately took these guys to the next level, man. Farrell held it down with the scoring, and other guys played their parts as well. Like you said, like I said, AJ with 14, but 8, 6. That adds up, especially when your top guys going off. Those other little points add up. And then Jaden Carter Jr., the two-way guy. This guy is a tremendous defender. 2 blocks at the 2 guard spot, and I'm telling you right now, scouts pay attention to Jaden Carter Jr. because what he does not show up on the stat sheet. He is truly, truly a very good player in this league, and he was a user, and he wanted to make a new player. And when he found out you had it cost to make a second player, he left. But he baited because Jaden Carter Jr. is going to be one of the best, generics that we have. Like, I'm not letting this guy go anywhere. He's definitely going to be a generic, and he's going to develop as he's supposed to as a generic, because this build right here, Jaden Carter Jr., is tough. And if you watch him during the season, you'll see exactly what I mean. He is the anchor defensively as far as the guards go for these guys, man. And David Madison is another generic to pay attention to, and he's the shooter for these guys. He didn't have a good game in this round, but trust me, when we get later in this tournament, you'll see why I brought up David Madison, because David Madison is truly the shooter for Word of God. So let me go back real quick and let me get to these semifinals matchup, guys. I know these things take a little minute on a wrap up when I'm wrapping up these, what happened in the tournament and things of that nature, but it's very important, guys. Like, if you haven't seen it already, and whether you've seen it or not, it's definitely, vital that we get through these things on the podcast. Just for, like, as a bookmark, just so we can keep things flowing and keep our audience tapped in. Because, there's a lot of people who's been watching the SBA who's not necessarily in our Discord, or not necessarily a player. So we got to be sure to keep them tapped in and keep them, in tune with what's going on here. So semifinals, of course, is IMG and Montverde Academy. And then in the other game is McEachern versus Word of God. So Montverde was the number 2 seed. No, it was actually number 3 seed. And then you had Word of God as the number 1 seed. Montverde was the number 3 seed going against IMG Academy, who was number 4, I believe. And then you had number 1 Word of God going against number 7. So we'll start with this Montverde Academy versus IMG game. This was a very good game. Only 9 points separating the two. High scoring by IMG, which we just know and love these guys for. But they ran into those guys at Montverde, and they were able to pull it off in this game. Deshaun Akano cooled off a bit, 17 points, 8 rebounds, shot at 31% from the field and only 20% from the three-point line. He did have 8 assists, though. So 17, 8, and 8 from Akano. He tried to do all he could, but just wasn't as efficient as he usually is, much in large part to the defense of Word of God, man. And that's what's so important. And that's why this team was just tremendous, because on both ends of the floor, they can adjust and get it done. Kamari Rice did have 25 in this game, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, and 5 assists. Great game from him, but it just wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough. And then look at Jace Willis at the bottom. Jace Willis, 6 points, 0 rebounds, 29% from the field, 40% from the three-point line. And this is what I mean. Like, he's just showing signs of, like, that J.R. Smith inconsistency, Like, one game he can go off, give you 30, and then the next game you just really don't know what you're going to get from Jace Willis sometimes. And I think that's just due to, his activity and not really developing and working on his game as much as he maybe should have this year. But it happens, man. And Jace Willis, another one of those guys that if he goes inactive enough and we turn him into a generic, he will, develop into something, but he's not going to develop into what his full potential could be. Off the bench, Jace Harris, the little brother of the five, shows 6 points, 50% from the field, only hit 2 threes, was 2 of 4 from the 3-point line. But just a tough outing for these guys, man. Kamari Rice was trying to do all he could, trying to get that payback on Franklin Brooks. And he actually did outplay Franklin Brooks in this one. But Franklin Brooks was able to get the win. Franklin Brooks was scoreless in this one, but did have 7 assists. TJ Andre Roche stepped it up big, 18 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists in that one, 58% from the field and 57% from the 3-point line. Then shout out to Caleb Houston. Houston, we have a problem. 17 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, and he shot it 80% from the field, 100% from the 3-point line. So tremendous game for Caleb Houston and just stepped up in the big moments. And that's why I said that 1-2 punch between Franklin Brooks and Caleb Houston is crazy, guys. These two guys, they play off of each other well. When one is not hot, the other one could get it going. And when they both got it going, you're in trouble. Not to mention TJ Andre Roche, like I said, and KC Robinson. Also, Abdul Odom is a problem. Very versatile big who I think will move to like the 3-4, possibly even play the wing at the next level, because Abdul Odom is a bit of skinnier frame big man, but this kid can dribble the rock, he can shoot it, he can do a lot of things. And I would say watch out, man. Watch out for Abdul Odom. We had a lot of good generics in all of the series, but high school had a lot of interesting guys because these guys I think will switch positions and play different things as they get to the next level based on what their game was. A lot of them were playing certain positions because of high school, and we know that's very realistic because how many guys in high school might have played big just because they was above 6'5", you know what I'm saying, 6'6", but then never grew, so now they get to the NBA and that's guard height or that's wing height, So, we see a lot of those things here in the SBA as well, and a guy like Abdul Odom is a guy that you got to keep an eye on. But all in all, KC Robinson really took off in this game. 29 points, 16 rebounds, 71% from the field. Got to count those pennies though. Only 56% from the field there. KC, of course, not a 3-point shooter. Didn't even attempt a 3, but didn't need to. 71% from the field in the paint, man. And that's all you need to do. Shout out to my guy, Mad Max. Shout out to my guy, Olin. Shout out to my guy, Nakano. Nakano said, wish we could run this game back, man. That boy KC was unguardable, had me screaming how he was making some of those tough shots. That boy KC is tough, definitely, man. KC is definitely tough. And that was the main catalyst for, why this team went as far as they did. But can't knock, the guard play out of Franklin Brooks and Caleb Houston. Also, TJ Andre Roche, Abdul Odom, and the rest of those guys, man. Even the guys off the bench was stepping it up big. And I just think Montverde and Word of God were really two of the most balanced teams. And I think that's why, they wound up where they are, So and it's just ironic that both of those are the purple and yellow teams. That's funny that they wound up going to the chip, both of the purple and yellow teams. And we're gonna tell you how Word of God got to the chip in this game right here as well. So Word of God versus McEachern. Of course, Word of God came in as the favorites. However, if you went back and watched that game, and if you was there live, McEachern put up a huge fight. McEachern led most of this game. Like McEachern led most of this game against Word of God, man. McEachern really came to play in this one. DJ Cannon had 31 points, 6 rebounds, shot at 52% from the field, 67% from the 3-point line. Terrell Brewer had 16 points, 5 rebounds, and shot at 50% from the field, 50% from the 3-point line. So these guys were hooping. Jalen Calhoun and Jalen Jackson were hot early. They did both cool off in the second half. And look at Jalen Jackson again, playing a pretty good game. Didn't shoot the 3-ball too well. That's not a strong suit, but going to the hole, man, that's what he does. A smaller slasher, but got it done. And this guy definitely took it up during this tournament. And that's what helped lead his team to the semifinals. I tip my hat to DJ Cannon, Terrell Brewer, and Jalen Jackson, man. They tried all they could in this game. Just needed a little bit more help. And it still was a good game. They led and just kind of ran out of gas at the end of the game, man. And that's just a testament to Word of God. Word of God is super tough. As you can see, Jaden Carter Jr. doing his thing. Like I said, once again, got to keep an eye on him. 7 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists for Jaden Carter Jr. And as you can see why, if you start to pay attention, man, this kid is a stat sheet stuffer. He's a two-way stat sheet stuffer. So you got to pay attention to him. Very versatile. And he's going to be a problem at the next level no matter where he goes. Jaden Carter Jr., man. Keep an eye on Jaden Carter Jr. Um, 18 points for David Madison. He was right at DJ Camden, who was a top guy at his position. David Madison is more so a shooter, and he was just going point for point with DJ Camden at one point. Of course, DJ outscored him. DJ is a better player all around, but David Madison was not backing down, and that's what you like to see, man. I know scouts are definitely raving about that performance. 18-6, shooting 58% from the field and 50% from the three-point line against a top player, showing that you can do that against one of the top guys at your position, man. That's really dope stuff, man. And big shout out to David Madison for putting on that performance. Then you got AJ Quinn, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 turnover, and he had 4 blocks in that game. AJ Quinn was snatching the ball out the air, guys. If you watch that game, like God, and I told you he's undersized, but the bounce and the strength on this kid is tremendous. He plays center over a guy who's taller than him at the floor, Adrian Robinson. It just worked for them this year, and it's gonna be hard to stop these guys, man. Montverde Academy got a lot on their hands. KC Robinson's gonna be tested. That Montverde team is gonna be tested. They got some weapons too, but this Word of God team is a well-oiled machine, and of course the tribal chief. Once again, like I said, as consistent as they come, putting in the work and getting the results. 35 points, 3 rebounds, and he had 3 assists on the night, shooting 48% from the field and 43% from the three-point line. He started off a bit slow, had his streaks, but still wound up having a very, very good game. And big shout out to my guy, Pharaoh Reigns, man, for doing what he does. Adrian Robinson had a cold game, 33% from the field. And yeah, it was pretty tough, but he still, got it going and still did what he needed to for his team. I believe he fouled out of this game as well. Only had 3 points, 4 rebounds. So a bit of a struggle. Terrell Brewer definitely, seems like he was making it hard on Adrian Robinson. And that may be something to pay attention to, because now Adrian Robinson can't afford to have another game like that. He's going to be guarding KC unless they switch and put AJ Quinn on KC. And if he plays like that against KC Robinson, he is in for a long night. So that's gonna be very tough, man. Like telling you, man, this is definitely tough. Like that is tough, man. But yeah, man. So we tapped in though. That's the end of the semifinals, and of course the finals are this week, and the finals is tomorrow, guys. So the high school finals is tomorrow. The national tournament finals is tomorrow. Make sure you're around tomorrow because the championships will be underway. High school national championship will be underway, and it will be Montverde Academy versus Word of God. Now we're going to get to some league leaders. We're just going to cover the top 5 guys. I'm just going to cover the top 5 in each category. Points per game. You got Pharaoh Reigns, number 1 in the tournament, 34.5 points per game here in the national tournament. Of course, only, two games so far. The championship will make it the third, but to average 34 in 2 of the biggest games, that's what big time players do, man. DJ Cannon following him up at 28.5. Thaddeus Hill with 23 points. Trevon Simpson with 23. Deshaun Nakano, 22.5. Then for assists, you got Brandon Young. He averaged 7 assists. Only played that one game, no loss. First round exit. Deshaun Nakano, 6.5 assists. He did play 2 games, so salute to him. Kamari Rice, 6.5 assists as well. Jaden Carter Jr., 5.5 assists. Caleb Houston, 5.5 assists. They will be meeting in the championship game. And Jaden Carter Jr., two-way defensive guy, but he's still getting it done for his team in a lot of different places, man. And I'm telling you, keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him, guys. Rebounds per game, Casey Robinson leading the charge 14.5. Then you got Thaddeus Hill with 10, Julius Chapman with 9, Zal Lee tied with him at 9, and Josh Miranda with 8.5. Jabaz Armstrong, these guys 100% from the three-point line. We can add a filter to that just to make sure. Let me see. We can add a filter to that to make sure, but not really necessary. You guys get the drift, man. That's gonna be it for the high school wrap up. Is there anything else you guys want to know about this high school series national tournament that I might not have shown? Is there any things that you want to talk about as far as this high school series national championship? The high school series national championship will be tomorrow. Don't I cannot give you guys an exact time yet, but it definitely will be tomorrow. We still got a lot of players to make. We still got prospect runs. I still got to, work out the kinks of slaughters. So most of the prospect runs is still like beta slaughters. I'm just like letting you guys in on the process. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's on the same slaughter set. So even though the sliders are still being tested, you're still seeing what certain players are going to do because everybody has to play on the same slider set. So the guys who showing flashes with different sliders are still going to be the guys that's going to show flashes if you catch my drift. Some things will be a little bit different, but for the most part, it's not going to be too different, guys. So, pay attention to your play, get in the lab. I really don't advise changing tendencies, and I don't really advise changing tendencies this early. I see a lot of guys changing tendencies after games, but I mean, you could do what you want, but I would say I wouldn't advise you guys to do that this early because you're not even on your teams yet. You're changing your tendencies while you're playing pickup basketball. So that can wind up hurting you. We've had some guys coming here changing tendencies and messing up their players. So I'm just telling a lot of you guys, be patient. You don't even know what team you're going to yet. You're playing pickup ball with guys you never played with. So a lot of your players are, still trying to figure it out. They don't know the players that they're on the court with. They have no chemistry with these players. There is no chemistry for the runs. So I would just say be very cautious and be patient with your player. Like, this is random runs, guys, just to give a scouts an idea of what you look like. If you're making too many changes to your build, then you could be in trouble. And then think about it. You guys are not high overall. So you can, whatever your specialty is what you're gonna do the most. If you have a balanced build, that means you're trying to do a lot of everything, which means you're not great at any one thing. So if you make your tendencies spread out and you're taking multiple type of shots and you're not really good enough to do anything yet, you catch where I'm going. You're gonna kind of mess up what your players intended to do based on who you chose your play style after and what you chose your strengths to be. So I would just say give yourself some time and be patient. I have not put in any new tendencies yet. So if you submitted new tendencies, I didn't even put that in for this week because, like I said, we still beta testing, we still slider testing, and this is pickup ball. So I'm gonna give you guys some chances to like really watch your player before I implement those changes you guys put. But I am gonna put them in eventually. So if you wind up having a good game, but you put slider changes in, that is one of your changes. And you're gonna have to go back and figure out what that change was that you made because I'm not gonna just I can't just reset your sliders after they're set. Like I'm not gonna remember what they was on before then because I have it set on the player you picked. Once you change the numbers from the player that you picked, it's no resetting and going back because I would have to reset the attributes and we're not doing that. So after you make them slider changes, man, you better keep track of what you change and then scale the numbers back or up based on what you see if you change something. Because I'm just letting you know, if you tried to make your guy extra balanced and you were 60 overall, 63 or 65 overall, you shooting threes, you're going to the hole, you're not really good at nothing, you're gonna struggle. So I would just say, man, definitely pay attention. Definitely pay attention. I'm trying to read up on some of these comments to make sure I'm not missing nothing. We definitely don't sim anything. We will never sim anything, guys. I'm gonna let you know that we're never gonna fast sim anything. Like that is not my style. I don't. Yeah, that's just not my style. We're not simming anything, guys. We always gonna play every game. That's why I do condensed seasons. I'd rather do a shorter season than to have a long season in sim games. So we always gonna stream every game. We had 12 teams in academy, 12 teams overseas, and we have 14 pro teams. For the pros, everybody will play everyone twice. And then for the overseas and academy, you play each team once, and then you go into the tournament. So, that's how we get it done here. Overseas, you actually go into series for the playoffs, and then for academy, it's always going to be a one and done tournament, just like reminiscent of like the NCAA tournament. But ours is the academy. We don't want any copyrights. That's why we moved to a new system where we have all fictional teams because we don't want to get copyrighted. We don't want to get sued for anything. I just got word that I may even have to do that for overseas because we're not supposed to even use their logos. Somebody has told me that they've got their Instagram taken down for using overseas jerseys and stuff like that via Instagram. So I'm on the fences, guys. You let me know how you feel about that. Do you guys want to take the chances of still using overseas uniforms, or would you guys like to completely make even the overseas teams custom? I'm only saying that, guys, because I'm being real. We could run the risk of just the Instagram, going through some trouble or being taken down. Like we would still have the same overseas like reminiscent teams. You know what I'm saying? We could have like Barcelona something, you know what I'm saying, or like things of that nature. But I will leave it up to y'all. Like you know, overseas, I wouldn't mind it being like I didn't mind it being our only series that we didn't completely own, but with just me seeing pages getting taken down, I did get a little nervous, but I will still keep that up to the community. I don't want to be the guy that just completely change things up last minute. And I know how invested a lot of you guys are into your overseas teams. So just let me know. Just let me know. Just let me know. Based on if I could do sliders properly for street ball, I will do street ball. But last year, sliders were very wacky for street ball. Like for some reason they weren't like crossing over the same, and it would make for some weird gameplay. Like I mean, some of you guys still enjoy the street ball, but me, I like to see realistic looking gameplay. So sometimes when guys were just like picking up the ball, bumping each other all day, I just didn't want to see that. But yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I've heard of these teams like Barca and Real Madrid give problems to middle school soccer teams before. They are relentless. You see what like you see what Olin is saying. Like it's like it's all fun for us guys, and it's fun to have real colleges, and it's fun to use NBA teams. It's fun to use overseas teams early on, but as you start to make money on YouTube and as you start to get bigger and turn your league into a business, these bigger corporations do not want you using their stuff. And I mean, I get it. Like they work hard to build their brands. They make a lot of money. They have players and people in position and have real jobs, to do for these organizations. So I get it. And that's something that I just was like worried about, but I still will leave it up to the community. Instagram is just Instagram. I think with our Discord and YouTube being our main platforms, if something like that was to ever happen, it would suck. It would hurt, but I think like with our community, it's not really contingent on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like I don't think our community would be in shambles if we lost our Instagram. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, I don't think we will get taken down because like we're still using 2K, and like some of that copyright stuff is like protected. But if we wanted to sell merch for overseas teams and things of that nature, it would just become an issue because we could not do that at all. Like we would not even play like that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. You guys talk to me and let me know how you feel. We got 9 viewers live, guys. I see Olin giving his opinion and he's a staff member, but let me know how you feel as far as players. Like you guys are players here. How do you feel about us crossing over and maybe having our own thing? Yeah, is anybody in the community a lawyer? That would be interesting to see. Is anybody trying to go to law school to be a lawyer or something? And let me see what else we got on the menu. What else we got on the menu? for what else we got on the menu for we got high school league leader review. We did that. Prospect runs review. Okay, so for the prospect runs, man. Prospect runs. We got a lot of dope prospects coming in. And hold up, I'm gonna actually try to get some share screen going on. Ah man, clicking into that Discord froze us up. You guys probably still could hear me and stuff, but clicking into this Discord just now definitely froze me up. Oh yeah, you guys still can hear me. 18 likes in the building. Okay, so we getting them likes up. People still tuning in and liking, and this is the thing. Like a lot of people be watching. A lot of people be watching the SBA, and like they're not part of the. They're not part of the community yet, or they're not a player yet. So you back at it, guys. Back at it, real quick. Pardon me. Um, Definitely ran into some issues. Only because like when you got Discord open and you live streaming and you sharing screen, it could definitely get tricky, guys. And it could it takes a lot of power. A lot of these things take up a lot of power on the computer. I am on my laptop. And yeah, things are still rebooting and stuff like that. So pardon me, pardon me for the delay. But yeah, man. Let me know how you guys feel about that overseas stuff that I was talking to you guys about, because like it can get tricky with these teams. SBA might definitely have to protect ourselves and make sure we not getting hit with no copyrights, and no Instagrams is being taken down because we got that type of stuff going on. But let me start at the top of these prospects so I could show you guys. I think I'm still looking like a little glitchy as it's starting to reboot. But we still gonna get this thing. We still gonna get this thing jumping, man. We still gonna get this thing jumping. Let me get a sound check. You guys can still hear me good, right? Let me know if you guys still hear me good. And okay, all right, bet y'all can hear me. So yeah, man. So I want to get to these new prospects, man. I want to top it up about these new prospects real quick. these new prospects have came in and they are definitely trying to make their mark. Shout out to Robbie Rogers, Ace Trillers, man, still rocking with us. But these new prospects are definitely coming in trying to make their mark, man. They have not came to play at all. Shout out to all the new prospects, man, who've been doing their thing and just making it happen for the league, man, keeping this thing going. The most importantly, you guys are the guys who finish what you were supposed to finish. Y'all finished what y'all was supposed to finish, and that's the most important part of it, man. You guys came in, you did everything that you were supposed to do, and that's the beauty, man. That's what I want to see out of my new prospects, man. A lot of people don't follow directions, so my hats off to you guys for following directions, getting in the Discord, doing everything. Guys were doing applications, but they weren't telling us how they wanted their guy to look. I wanted to keep that in the Discord at first, just so we'll know if you're taking the time and doing what's necessary to want to be in this league. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people weren't doing that. So although we had a lot of applications, me and my staff don't have time to wait. We trying to keep this thing going without delays. So if you're the type of guy that did an application, but you didn't do your appearance and stuff in a timely manner, we took more applications and just went with the active guys. So we had 136 applications, but the guys that you see in here that were created are the guys that were active guys, are the guys that came in and did everything necessary, like to get to that next level. We had Damani Bates. We seen him hoop. He's been looking pretty good too. He had some clutch shots via Twitch on one of the games in Twitch, one of the runs. He hit some very, very clutch shots. I didn't bring the Twitch games over, and I know they've probably like deleted by now because Twitch deletes them. But shout out to Damani Bates. He definitely did his thing. We got to start saving some of them Twitch runs and getting them over on the YouTube after. Somebody remind me of that in the chat. Somebody remind me of that in the chat, definitely. Then we got Xavier Green, another active guy. Big shout out to Xavier Green. He's been in the VC with us. He's been chopping it up. He's going to be a problem. I'll be giving him a hard time because that's just how I am. Like, I'm from New York. We joke around a lot, but he's going to be a very good prospect. He has a Kobe build, and he has a nice build, as you can see. He went with Kobe, shooting, finishing, and ball handling. And if he develops this player right at that 6'5" frame, 205 point guard, he can be a very, very big problem. So big shout out to my guy Xavier Green, and I expect a lot from him because he's an active guy. So I definitely expect him to be, one of the top guards in the academy, if I'm being honest. Then Aiden Texera, I gotta get this last name correct. He went with 3-point shooting, mid-range, and passing. And this is what I mean, guys. This is a guy that knows what he want to do. He knows he wants to shoot, so he made his player more of a specialist, shooting specialist that can pass the ball. Of course, you're not going to see too much defense, and he's going to have to develop that later in his career. But early on, as a freshman going into the academy, you know what you can expect from this guy to do. He's going to be a shooter, and he showed flashes of that in the prospect runs. And you got to respect that. You got to respect a guy like that who knew what he wanted coming in and did what he set out to do. He put shooting, and that's going to be his specialty. A guy like him may have more success early on than a guy who tried to do everything. And that's not a knock to a guy who tried to do everything, but a guy who tried to do everything is just going to have to put in more work to get the results he wants. Where this guy could come in and average double digits because all he's out there to do is shoot until he get the rest of his game better. So that's just some things to pay attention to, with your builds. You can develop into doing everything, but if you went with a do everything build, it takes longer for you to get good at everything opposed to being really good at one thing to start off. So definitely appreciate, certain guys that took the time to be what they wanted to be. Here goes Yangtze, another guy who showed flashes because he did the same thing. He went with a mid-range 3-point shooting Devin Booker type build with ball handling as his last trait, which means he's going to shoot the ball effectively, and then he's going to have a decent handle to start off to where he can build off of that platform. Knockdown shooter, and I'm going to get my ball handling right. So that's what, if you are going to change tendencies early on, then you want to do it in a way that's going to be conducive to these things right here. So definitely keep that in mind, guys. And build your players the proper way. Nothing is given here. Everything will be earned. It don't matter who you are. Even the guys who are returning, the guys who are going to be juniors in the academy, and the guys who are going to be sophomores in the academy while you guys are freshmen, they're not coming in with crazy overalls, guys. They still have caps that is almost just as harsh as yours. We have like a 8-2-8 system. So it's like 68, 72, 78. So your third skill, the cap is 68, meaning that you're somewhere under 68 to start off until you earn the cap of 68 for your third skill. Your secondary skill was a cap of 72, which means you're somewhere below that right now until you know what I'm saying, till you hit the cap for however old you are. We have a universal overall system. That's why you guys start off so low. Universal overall system means that whatever you grind to is what you're going to be drafted as, if that makes sense. So the caps are just for your age, and we still have cap breakers, but whatever you grind to is going to be the thing that you're drafted at. So if you grind and you did 2-3 years of college, and now you went from 18 to 19, 20, 21, so you do 3 years of college, 3 years of academy, and you're 21, and you grind to an 82 overall, you're going to get drafted as an 82 overall. We would not be scaling and changing anything. We went with that just to make things easier and to make it where even if we have runs with everybody's on a universal scale, if that makes sense. So if you have any attribute questions, just remember that we're on a universal scale, meaning whatever you grind to is what you're going to be at in the pros. So we had to make it realistic. We couldn't just make you a freshman in the academy with a universal scale and you're just super good. Some of you guys that shooters are with primary shooting is already starting off really good with a 74, to 73 pointer. That's really good as a freshman, especially if that's what you're specializing in, because you're coming in being able to do something that you're gonna do decent. You know what I mean? And remember, these ratings go from 0 to 100. So once you're above that 60 realm, you're capable of doing something. So even at a 60 overall, it sounds like, we're low, but you're capable. You're above average at a 60 plus at doing whatever it is. If you have a 63, you're not going to hit threes at an exceptional rate, but you can still hit threes at a 60. You know what I mean? You may shoot the three ball at like maybe a 30% clip, 28% clip if you stay at like a 63. And that's not good. That's not like good, but it's a place to work from. It's a place to build from. And what as much content as we have here and opportunities we have for you to earn that C, you can get your guy right. You can get your guy right, guys. And we have realistic caps so that way things are not getting too OP, but you can get your guy right. Badges as well are not OP. All badges will be earned. So you're starting off with no badges right now. But as you grind, whatever badges you get, like I said, guys, at that next level, those are the badges that you're going to have because it's universal. You worked your player to this. So if you stack up and you get a Hall of Fame badge right now, to do the math. That's what you're good at. That's what you're good at right now in academy. You're gonna have that crossover when you get to the pros because we're doing universal system. Like LeBron James, a universal overall system. He was ready to go right out of high school based on the work he put in. So that's basically what we're doing. And yeah, man. That's how we rocking, man. But Jaden Thomas, another pretty good build here. 6'2", 180 out of Atlanta, Georgia, shooting first, ball handling second, defending third. And, he's going to be able to shoot because he put that shooting first. Now, the ball handling as a secondary is going to give him a pretty decent ball handle. And then defense is just going to give him that platform where he can grow with Tom and put in work there. So, a lot of dope prospects, man. A lot of dope prospects. You got Patrick Mensah out of the Bronx, New York. You got Jason Duncan out of Dallas, Texas. You got AJ Williams out of Huntington, West Virginia, 6'7", 198, small forward. He definitely could be a pretty good build too, based on his activity. I'm not sure if I've seen him around too much, but you never know. When we get closer to the season and when guys have runs, these guys may start to turn up and get a little more active. You got Luka Tort. I'm looking forward to Luka Tort. I know he's a guy that's been around for a while, been pretty active during the off season. He's an international player, so I think our time zones definitely are tough for him. But I'm definitely gonna make sure I'm getting him runs. AJ Mullis has looked tremendous in the runs. We've seen a bit of Chosen One, and Chosen One definitely, Chosen One, um, we'll just call him Chosen One. But Chosen One definitely has looked good as well. Um, we seen flashes of Chosen One, and he's looked decent. So shout out to him. I'm interested to see what he got. Me Khalil West is another guy I'm interested in. I think he's going to be very active, and I think he has a chance to be one of the top guards in academy based off his activity. And a lot of guys that spoke about him highly. They said that he's active in most communities, and some of my most active guys are cool with him. And if he's just as active as them, I know that he's going to develop his player properly. And get yourself with some good company, guys. Get around other guys who know what they're doing with their players, so that way you can, develop your player properly, and you can take some tips from them. Watch some players, go watch the overseas, go watch college, and see who is good, and try to take tips and pieces of their game. Watch film. This is a real life type experience. If you watch film on players and you check out what guys are doing, trust me, you can get your guy good. You can get your player right in this league setting. We have to create a skills gap. We had to do universal systems, so that way, it's not just becoming too complicated. And we want it to be as realistic as possible. We've seen high school players and college players and NBA players do runs together. A lot of people have asked, can we do that? This is the only way we're going to be able to do that, with a universal system where guys have to start off at a certain point and are able to work their way up. The best will be the best. The anomalies will be anomalies. The top guys will be the top guys. The guys who work and get a freaking Hall of Fame badge in their first year and get, a high something their first year, they will be the anomalies moving forward. You had guys like Jason Tatum come in the league 20 years old and become a top guy. John Morant, 21, become a top guy. So it's very possible, but you have to put the work in. And that's what we're implementing here, man. And yeah. Yeah, exactly, Olin. If you want me to talk more about your player, give me something to talk about. Also, for the new guys, player background stories are helpful for commentary and games and engagement. Olin is absolutely right. That storyline is key. Give me things to talk about. Make some content that's gonna grab my eye. Do some practice. You got the game and you could do fire content of a practice run or something. Do it. Do it. Do drop it on Instagram, tag us, and that's things that we can talk about. Don't include any other players and make it unrealistic, because everything has to be in the balance of SBA. But if you put in the work on social media, you got your player looking good, or you dropping stuff in the Discord, and give us something to talk about. If you give me something to talk about, I'm gonna talk about it. Trust me. Ask DJ Cannon, ask Casey Robinson, ask the high school guys, ask Pharaoh Reigns, ask the most active guys who've been here and been putting the work in. You give us something to talk about, we're going to talk about it. We have high school camps. You watch full games of that. We have rec runs. We have all of these different series, from academy to overseas to now we're going to have the pros. We're going to have FIBA every other year. Like we have a lot of context here where you can grow your player and grind. If you give us the content to talk about, if you talk to us about, like, if you give us something to go with, trust me, you're gonna enjoy yourself here. But you get out what you put in, man. Zeke Moore, another really good guy. He did switch his build. He put Wimby at first, guys. He put Wimby at first, and that's why his player is playing with Wimby tendencies. He did not put Shaq. So I thought he put all-time Shaq, and I was wondering what was going on, but he did put Wimby, and then he edited it. Guys, don't edit after we create your player, because then things like that happen and it looks confusing, like what's going on. He originally put Wimby as his build, and that's why he was pulling threes, and he doesn't have three-pointer on his joint. That's why he was only making, I think he made like two. He was making like two of like 11 or two of 12 threes, but he kept attempting them. And if you take 12 threes out of 60, like I told you, or like at a 53, it's still possible for you to make it. If the attributes are from 50 to 50 out of 100 chance, think about it, guys. That's still a pretty high chance of you hitting some shots. You know what I'm saying? So it is possible. He was taking a lot of threes. He wasn't making it too high, but he was making some, and guys were confused. I was even confused at first, but he put Wimby first. So, like he definitely wasn't 2 for 4. Like if you go check those games, he definitely shot about 10 3-pointers, and he made two. He made two, but he definitely was pulling them, and I was confused because I'm like, wait, Shaq shouldn't even be shooting no threes, but he had Wimby first, so that was the issue right there. He had Wimby, and then he switched up. So and then like we're still in beta with the sliders, so certain things is still not fully scaled to accurately depict attributes. So some low attributes are still getting over right now as far as like being able to hit certain things that they're not supposed to. And you will see that come down as we go. I do like my stuff to be realistic. And right now, while we're in beta testing these joints, it wasn't as realistic as I would like it to be. So we are gonna fix those things, and that will not be a worry. Trust me. By the time season come, you will see what I mean about the realistic sliders. Like we had college guys complaining because they were like, "Yo, what's going on? I'm missing and this and that." Like you will go on cold streaks. You're not gonna kill every game until you get that offensive consistency up and things of that nature. So that's just something to be mindful of. I should definitely drop a player creation tutorial. I got something special coming. I met up with a dude who does fire trailers, and he actually wants to do a fire trailer for the league. He asked me personally, can he do one for the SBA? So we've been working on like this commercial for the league that's gonna show people how we intake basically, and the different parts of our league. Then I am gonna drop some player creation tutorials. I'm gonna drop some tendency tutorials. I'm gonna drop just tutorials showing you guys how to better make these builds, because I'm seeing that a lot of people just quite don't know how to play the game this way yet. They quite don't know too much about simulation, and they expect to come in and do unrealistic things. So I'm gonna start dropping some things showing you guys actually how to do it. Um, just to give us a better basis. So I'll do like certain builds. I'll start dropping like simulation build tutorials, so to speak. You know how regular 2K gameplay does build tutorials. I'm gonna start dropping some CPU versus CPU build tutorials, teaching you guys how to take your builds to the next level, or teaching you guys just like how to make a certain build, how to build what you're going for, because a lot of people are still even making the same type of builds, and it's so many different versions of builds that you guys could create that's so fire. Like I watch a lot of sim on my own time, so I like to watch different variations of players, and I'm telling y'all, man, we got, and that's why it's fun for me, because I could just make the generics that way. And that's what I do. Like I just go make the generics. I put certain players over them and then scale like attributes based on like how I scale you guys. And that's the fun part for me with the generics, that I get to do that when you guys are taking certain builds for granted. Because there's so many dope NBA players, and a lot of guys pick the same guy, and then they wonder why some generics are like playing certain ways. And I'm like, like, you know how many guys y'all left out? Stephon Marbury. We don't got too many Allen Iverson builds. We have like one AI build. We don't have any Tony Parkers, no Stocktons, no, like we got a lot of people going for the same thing. And that's cool, because I'm not tripping. I'm never gonna tell you guys what to make, but it's a lot of builds out there that's like still raring to go. And we're gonna keep it going with these new prospects. We got Jalen Williams in the building, dunking, ball handling, finishing. Pretty good build. I'm not sure how active he is, so I don't know what the development is gonna be like on this player, but he's pretty good though. I like the build so far. Nice size guy, 6'4", 225 at the shooting guard position. So got some time to develop. Maximilian Kaiser, Mad Max. This dude is tough. I'm gonna just say it right now. He's the number one prospect on the radar right now. Scouts have been going crazy about him. He's based out in Germany, so it is gonna be tough for teams in America to get a hold of this guy. They will have to have the proper funding and be, a prestigious, academy to pull a guy like Mad Max. The decision will still be up to Mad Max based on what he's offered, but a guy like Mad Max, man, he's looking like a top prospect. He hasn't lost yet, And I don't know. Yeah, we haven't had a Michael Jordan build. We haven't had a Patrick Ewing build. We haven't had any of that. So yeah, man. There's still a lot of builds out there, but Mad Max is super tough. The scouts are raving about him, man. I'm pretty sure this kid is gonna have like an offer to every academy. Um, and it's just gonna be just fun to see on signing day, where these guys are going, where these guys are gonna start signing that letter of intent to. The official signing day will be next week. I think end of the week, so it give me time to have these coaches send out offers. But next week will be the official signing day for the academy guys after the All American game. And as we get to see more runs, I definitely will start placing these guys on teams. I think we got most of the academy guys into the foul. So most of the high school one guys are now into the academy foul on 2K24. So big shout out to my staff because a lot of the high school guys that you're seeing right now are now on 2K24. We haven't made too many overseas or like pro guys yet, or college guys, but we did make most of the high school guys, and they are in foul with the new prospects now. So that is really dope. I didn't get to do the attributes for everybody yet, but that's another process, guys, because you got to think we're taking in new applications, making new guys, and then we got to still transfer old guys. So that's another reason why these things take time, but we're trying to do it in a way where we don't have to take a pause. I'm trying to do it in a way where you guys can still be engaged and tapped into your players. So I will be just dropping some more one-off runs as well too. So it's very important to just pay attention because I'm not gonna just start dropping runs whenever I feel like it with different players and things of that nature. I do like the concept of winners staying on, so I think I'm gonna keep that. But I am gonna just start dropping runs, man. Some big men are gonna play a lot because we don't have a lot of new bigs. I am gonna start making some generic bigs or adding some of those bigs from high school into play because just to balance out the big men to have different a different variety of big men in the game. But stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Shout out to my guy Brox Bixler as well. This is a build that I'm very interested in seeing play. Remind me of a Jaden Carter Jr. 6'6", 215. I just like this guy Brock Bixler's build, if I'm being honest. This kid has a ton of potential, and it's just I just can't wait to really see him play. We seen him get subbed in by mistake in some of the runs. We like to keep the runs 5v5, but Brox Bixler is going to be a problem. If he's going to be active and he's going to be around, I like this build. I think he has a nice, solid foundation. Nice size guard, to be coming in as a freshman, 6'5", 215 at the shooting guard, small forward. So I think he definitely has potential to grow into that frame even more and be a problem. Eli Jones, not a guy that we got to see a lot of, but I think it's a lot of potential in this young man as well. Still got to work out the kicks of these sliders, which I keep saying is in beta because I just got to get used to these sliders on 2K24 because 2K23, you had to have things really high because it was very harsh. It was very harsh. 2K24 is not as harsh. 2K24, you put things 50-50 and guys are still hitting tough shots and things of that nature. So I do want to scale back, but I don't want to scale back too much where it's taken away from the top players' game. So that's the thing with the sliders. You still want the top of the top to be good, and you don't want to take too much from the top of the top while still balancing everything. So everything is still in beta, guys, and we still are transferring players. So just bear with us, man. Bear with us. Let me get a hashtag our league in the chat if you're still rocking with us. Shout out to the guys, man. Let me see those likes and let me see if we actually hit our quota for the likes yet. Have we hit the quota for the likes? No, we only 18 likes in it. We picked up some subscribers during this live stream, and that's the dopest part about, now that we are growing, and for some reason YouTube has been really pushing us. It's like we're getting a lot of new, subscribers the more and more we go live and the more content we drop. That's why I'm really trying to get as much as I can out there to keep this thing going because the more content we're putting out, the more subscribers are just funneling in now. And they're just like, they're tapped into the league. Like a lot of these subscribers haven't even had the time to really hit us and join yet. They're just enjoying the league. Like I'm looking at the views and the views are just going crazy from old videos. So I know that people are binge watching. And that is the point of the Mulaverse. That was my vision to make it binge watchable. I want it to be like simulation sports Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, I want to have our own app with each season, and you get to watch like each team from each season and follow your favorite teams and things of that nature. So that's what I want to go with it in the future. And of course, I want to have the stats on that same app as well. That's where my mind is going in the future. I also want to have our own simulation game to where it's like not 2K, but we're gonna get there eventually. You know what I'm saying? God willing, I know that we're gonna get there. Look at how far we came already. But shout out to Jeremiah Young pulling up. Shout out to AJ Muller. Shout out to all the guys that's still in the building. I'm happy that you guys are still rocking with us. But yeah, man, a lot of people, and we're at 19, so we're literally like one like away from the goal that I set up, and we just got the 20 likes. So we are gonna do that giveaway. We got the spinner in the Discord, so I can do that live. But I do still want to get through some of these guys who these new prospects and go through and just show you guys these builds. Shout out to my guy Jeremiah Young. Shout out to Eli. Shout out to all the guys. Chris Beach, another good build. He went with like a Dwayne Wade, 6'4", 175, finishing first mid-range and defense. I like this guy's build. He's doing a lot of the little things that help his team stay on this winning streak in the prospect games right now. And although Mad Max, Mullis, and Yangtze is really holding down the scoring, he's picking his spots. He's defending. He hit a game winner. So Chris Beach is a guy that you want to watch. Freshman coming into academy, and trust me, based on the activity I've seen from this guy, I think he's going to be special. I think this kid is going to be special. Do not sleep on this kid, Chris Beach. I'm telling you. If you sleep on Chris Beach, I'm telling y'all, scouts, telling you. Shout out to Jeremiah Young as well. Just got his first runs. Like I said, a lot of stuff is still in beta. And let your tendencies gel. You're playing against new people with new people. Matchups is different. So I wouldn't advise switching too many tendency stuff yet. Let me get it right with these sliders and stuff as we go along. And trust me, you will see, more potential and better things out of your guys. So we hit that 20 goals, so we definitely gonna get that spinner going with the random names. I'm gonna fill in just like I'm just filling all the random names. Let me see. Can one of my staff members give me the names of the guys that's in here? All of the guys who commented. Can some of my guys give me the guys who commented in here? Please, can somebody give me the names of the guys that's in here so I could get them in the spinner? I don't want nobody thinking it's no favoritism. I was just gonna pick a random guy, but I don't want nobody thinking I'm playing favorites. I really don't know any of you guys. A lot of these guys are all new. I don't know anybody, so it wouldn't be like it would still be random if I just picked the guy, but I still don't want nobody feeling like it's favoritism. So if somebody can, if one of my staff members can, then please if one of my staff members can, then please definitely give me some name, give me a list. Even if y'all can, it's cool. I'll remember some of the guys who here, and I'll just go through. I'll just go through. Yeah, maybe if you guys maybe double team that, but it's cool if you can. It's cool if you can. And I'm giving some guys the moderator in here. Some of my guys who I know our staff members, I'm giving them that good old moderator as we go through. But Donovan Green, another guy who I think is going to be active, pretty good build. His brother is in here. His brother's active. Victor showed flashes. He looked really good. Still got to get some tendency. Not even his tendencies. I got to get some slider stuff right and get some things right with these runs. But everything is everything. He's going to be good. Versace Green showed some potential as well. He really plays the 4/5, but more comfortable at the 4. He's been having to go against 5s just because of matchup purposes. But I think Versace Green is going to be in good hands when he gets on his team and, coaches put him in the proper position for success. And runs is always going to be up in the air in runs because you're playing talent from all over, different matchups. So, don't think on it too hard. DeAndre Johnson, another good big 7'2", 295, one of the biggest guys, but this guy's super slow. All that size is kind of hard to deal with, man. He might have to cut down some weight. Not saying that I would change his weight, but we do have, ways with SC where you can gain weight and lose weight. And I think, his speed is capped at like 30, and he can't even move it because of his size. So if he wants to, slim down and maybe get some speed, he's gonna have to definitely, buy that with SC, and grind and get that SC to try to get that weight down, man, because that is very, very tough. Then you got Isaac Marshall, another guy who I'm interested in seeing, shot creating, perimeter defensive, and athleticism. I think this guy has a ton of potential. I just want to see if he's going to develop his play or he's going to get inactive. And you really never know with a lot of new guys, but we've seen some flashes. And then my guy, Tommy Zhao. Tommy Zhao in the building. I know Tommy Zhao is out here. Yeah. Let's do it. Send a GOAT emoji, guys. Send a GOAT emoji. Send an SBA GOAT emoji if you want to enter that sweepstakes for that good old SC. So send a GOAT emoji so these guys can get your name on that list. I apologize to the guys that commented earlier. If I remember you and if I look at the top, I could tell you to add them. I could tell them to add you. And I will scroll up and try to find the guys, but just so they don't have to do all that extra work, drop a GOAT emoji, and that's how you guys can enter in the sweepstakes for this, because that's going to be the last thing that we do to wrap up this podcast. We already been rocking for about an hour now, I think. How long? An hour and 30. So it's about to be 2 hours. I didn't even expect to go with this long, but you know how it is, man. We get in our bag, we start chopping it up, and time flies. I still got to do some runs for you guys, and I still will do some runs. Luzon is going to be in the booth. He said he was going to be in the booth. I don't know if it's too late for him. If it's not too late for Luzon, then he can, take over in the booth. Get those goats, man. Get those goats. If you want a chance at winning that SC, get those goats, man. Drop those goats. But yeah, man. Also, you guys can, let me see. You guys can alert one of the admins, alert the guys in the chat and let them know if they want to get in on these sweepstakes to come drop a GOAT ASAP. I will allow one of the mods to add everyone for that. Let them know to come in right now and drop a GOAT, because I want to give everybody an opportunity. So go let them know to drop a GOAT in here right now. Even if they just checked in and checked out, tell them pull up and drop a GOAT so we can add them into these sweepstakes. Yeah. Get the guys rolling in. I want to give everybody opportunity. Y'all know I like to be as fair as possible. And that's the thing with me. When we do things, like I set the rules just so that it's even, and then I don't care about the rest, man. I don't care. I don't take nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of the guys, if you argue with me, I'm gonna kick you from the league and all that. Like, I don't believe in that. This is a world, and the world has rules just like anything else. And as long as you following the rules and you doing what you're supposed to do, I don't take nothing personal, bro. I'm not gonna kick you for nothing. Even if you can hate me, I can hate you, man. I don't have nothing to do with the Mulaverse and the SBA world. Like, I don't never believe in letting personal feelings get in the way of like a business structure or a worldly structure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just kill people in real life if you hate them. So I want to just kill off your player because I don't like you as a person or whatever, or you don't like me. So definitely get those goats in, and let's get those names in as we get the goats. I see the guys definitely pulling up now. So I want to be as fair as possible and give everybody a shot. So I'll let that roll on for a couple of minutes as I go through the rest of these prospects. But shout out to my guy, Tommy Zhao, in the building, shooting, ball handling, and playmaking. Got a nice build, but he is 5'10", 185. And he showed flashes. I think if you get on the right team and you can mask him on defense, you got a pretty good spark plug in Tommy Zhao. I don't know how he's going to do at that size, in the future. Maybe he get his defense right and he up his defense, get a little stronger, or maybe his offense is so good that it doesn't matter that he has to be hitting like a Steph Curry, like Steph Curry type, where the defense doesn't matter because he's so good offensively. We've seen that too, with like shot of 5'9". We have an overseas player that's his size, and he had tremendous success. You know what I'm saying? Almost scored 50 points in an overseas game. But he is small, though. He is small. But it's just gonna be interesting to see, man. 18 viewers live. Hit that like button if you haven't already. We got 21 likes. Let's keep ramping it up. And drop those goats if you want to enter the sweepstakes, guys. Drop those goats. drop those goats. And if we could, as they drop those goats, guys, we're gonna give them a couple more minutes, guys. I'm gonna start making that wheel, the spinning wheel. I'm gonna enter the spinning wheel. Let me see. Jeremiah Young said, okay, add Jeremiah Young here, guys. He said he can't comment. He might be like, he might be watching on his TV or something, or he may be a younger guy who can't, you know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all add him because he definitely said he can't comment. I got that message in the chat, and we're gonna try to be as fair as possible to everybody. So yeah, man. Let's make sure we get that right. Let's make sure we get that right. Let's get him in there. And then if y'all can send me that list, yeah, send me that list on the back channel so I can start filling in the wheel spinner and I could get you guys I could get that going on the wheel spinner. And oh, he said he could comment now, his bad. So if he could comment now, then we good. He said he could comment. Let me see. Okay. Okay, Olin said he's about to close it out. So, guys, I'm gonna give you guys to 12:57 to get those goats in. For the rest of the guys that's gonna roll in. And Olin, once you do that, just let me know. We're gonna get that. I'm about to start adding some names to that wheel of names. Will is create a wheel using a list of entries, create a wheel. Okay. Yes, adding server members. Yep. Let me see. Select users from. Okay. Let me go to Academy. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, this thing. Let me see. Oh, they got some other stuff going on here. Desert scene, I guess. Spoiler tag. Okay. So, okay, do anybody know how to work these wheel members? Do I start adding people or something right here? How does this work? How do I add people now, guys? How do I start adding people, guys? All right, it's closed. It's closed. Only say you're gonna send me a pic via DM, but how do I add names to this? If you guys know, let me know. How do I add names to this wheel of names real quick so I could start getting it going? Let me see. I'm trying to see DJ Cannon. No. At DJ. Yeah, what do I do? What you mean you will use the link? What you mean use the link? You mean like a website? Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out how I use these willing names. Okay. Okay. And Brox Bixler wins. Brox Bixler wins, guys. Brox Bixler wins. There we go. Brox Bixler is the winner. Oh, wait. Brox Bixler didn't even comment, though. Brox Bixler did not comment. So, actually, I think I figured it out, though. I think I figured it out. Yep. Entries. Yeah, got it. There we go. Nah. We good. We not even going with Brock Bixler, guys, because he did not comment. He was not here. So they're gonna send me a screenshot of the names. Olin, did you send it to me? Let me know if you sent. Oh yeah, Olin sent it to me. Okay, cool. Okay, Olin sent it to me. I got all the names right here. So I'm about to start inputting these entries. Max. Okay. Guys, I'm like an old man, guys, so I'm still getting it together even with the entries. Let me see. Max. Um, I'm still like an old man, guys. So give me a second with these entries. Do I put like a space in the do I put like a space to add the next person? Do I add a comma to add the next person? Let me try. Let me try to see if I do a comma, would it do two different people? Because if that's how it go, then I'll just do it like that, comma between everybody's name. Give me 1 second. Yep, it's a comma. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. That don't count, y'all. These don't count. These don't count. This is just Kamish Mullah getting used to how to use his bots in the server, guys. I told you I'm young, but I'm old though. I'm young, but I'm old. But I got the names right here. All right. Max, DJ, Ace, Robbie, which is Zal. Tommy. That's Tommy Zal. Prince G. Oh yeah, Prince. I know Prince. Prince Gonzalez. AJ Mullis. Oh my God, AJ Mullis. D Sims. Even though that's not his name, we're just gonna keep that for now. K Sims. Because I know that's Green. That's the Green brothers for real, but we're gonna keep that for now. Will Beach. Who else? Eddie G. Luzon. I got DJ Cannon. Nakano. Who else? Elias, which is Bonobo. Who's E Nation? E Nation. We're just gonna put E Nation. You guys will know who you are. And Jerry Young. We're gonna put Jerry Young for Jeremiah Young. Okay, guys, here we go. Y'all ready? Let me know if y'all ready. Y'all ready to go? Y'all ready to go? Nah, yeah, I got it now though. I got it. Nah, I'm gonna add you. Yangtze. I'm gonna add you, Yangtze. You good. I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna add Rado because I know he was here. Rado. Who else? Olin, you in here too. Hold up, I ain't put Olin. I'm gonna give you guys a shot if you was here. I'm going to the top myself too, as far as I could go to see if I missed anybody that commented. I don't think I did. I don't think I missed anybody. E Nation, the Show Green. Okay, cool. All right. All right, cool. That's your third brother. Yo, I got mad brothers. Y'all got mad brothers. But I bet we're gonna get this thing going. Let's see what's going on. Willem Names is thinking. Uh-oh, guys. Don't want to hold y'all up for too long. Let's see. And Mad Max. Mad Max is the winner. Oh, they did not need to give Mad Max 2000 SC. They just gave Mad Max an upgrade. Oh, y'all in trouble. Y'all just gave Mad Max an upgrade. Wow. Wow. Whoa. Wow. Y'all just gave Mad Max. Yo, that's tough. Y'all just gave the number. I know some dudes is mad. They're like, I'm signing out. So now Mad Max got enough to upgrade his attributes, and he's already been the top prospect that we've seen so far. So far, so far, so far. But wow, so Mad Max with the win here. Wow. Wow. That boy Max. That boy Mad Max Kaiser just got 2,000 SC to his balance. Big shout out to all the guys who popped out. We are gonna have some more giveaways, guys. So don't worry. We are gonna do some more SC giveaways. Carlos Luzon says, "Rig, y'all watch me do it," and I know I didn't even know what I was doing. So that is crazy. That's actually crazy. That Mad Max got it, man. But appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. This is SBA Live episode 8 uh podcast, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely wrapped up and got to talk about a few topics. There's some things that I didn't even get to, but we went over the Tom. The academy teams. I didn't review, but drop some questions. We'll do the academy teams and questions at the same time. And I actually was gonna give him 1,500, but no, I already gave him 2,000. It's cool. It's cool. It's been a long podcast. Y'all deserved it. You deserve the 2,000. Um, so guys, drop some questions that you have. If you have any questions for me before we get out of here, I'll show you some academy teams. You guys can see this tab as well, but I guess we can show it to the audience while we're here. Um, this is the teams, guys. This was some of the academy teams. We got the Academy of Hawaii. We got Philly Sports Academy. We got Toronto Technical Academy. We got Academy of the Carolinas. We got Atlanta Sports Academy. We got New York Basketball Academy. West Coast Prep. Lone Star Academy. International Basketball Institute. IBI. We got Athletic Institute of Asia. We got a lot of international players. We have some players in from Asia. We got players from Germany, Croatia. So I definitely wanted to start to spread the wings internationally, especially for academies. So that way, as we get in more, subscribers in and people from different places, I want the Mulaverse to be a home for everybody to feel comfortable, everybody to have a place to represent. And that's why we got International Basketball Institute. If you're just from somewhere internationally, we can have all the international top players, head there. Then we can have the Athletic Institute of Asia, where majority of the Asian guys would like to go. You don't have to be Asian to go there. You can commit there if you're no matter where you're from. However, when we're implementing generics for the FIBA series, a lot of the generics will be from these international places, as well as these places, Lone Star Academy, which is obviously in Texas, West Coast Prep, which is just West Coast guys, no matter what state, you know what I mean? Just majority of the states on the West Coast. New York Academy, just because it's in New York, don't mean it has to be New York. You will have like a lot of East Coast prospects go there. Atlanta Academy will have a lot of Southern prospects. So is the Carolinas. This is not specific to North or South. This is just, can I take away Mad Max just because I see? You know what I'm saying? So I just want guys to be able to represent their home teams, whether you're from Canada, whether you're from, the Southeast region, South, North. Like, I want you to feel comfortable and feel like, you can go somewhere to represent. Even if it's not you're not from there, but you just fond of a certain place or fond of a certain culture, and you want your player to go there, or maybe it fits your storyline. You know what I'm saying? We want to keep that going. So yeah, man. Shout out to my guy Yang C, aka Rado, man. That's how I met him. But he killed it with these logos. We got two more teams dropping as well. So stay tuned for that. Every team doesn't have a secondary logo yet. Maybe we can work on some things like things of that nature in the future. But yeah, man, these are the primary logos for these teams right now. Some teams have secondary, some teams don't. We will be making the jerseys and things of that nature later based on these logos right here. So these are our teams. We did our giveaway. And yeah, man, it's definitely been amazing, man. Let me get a hashtag Yang in the chat. Hashtag Yang in the chat for these dope logos, man. Some of these logos actually was AI generated, but my guy Yanksy definitely came and held it down for us getting the rest of the logos in. And he's just amazing with the graphics. Not only did he make these logos, he made the official SBA logo, guys. So shout out to my guy Yang Gang in the building. He is a player that's I'm not sure if he was born in Asia, but I know he's of Asian descent. So he was definitely pushing for an Asian institute, and we wanted to show our guys love, man. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to show everybody love and make the Mulaverse a home for everyone, man. We ran this podcast very long. It's already 1 a.m., but I'm still gonna get you guys runs. I'm not tired. It's Saturday. We could get some runs going, man. Luzone, if you still want to call the games, I'm more than welcome to you calling them. If anybody else want to get in the booth, uh, you got a good mic, then pop out, man. I'll let you guys, chop it up. I don't want too many guys in there, but definitely Luzone gonna hold it down. While Luzone is in there, we could be in the VC if you want to as well. Yeah, man. Yeah. So appreciate you guys, man. Let me get a hashtag our league before we get out of here. Also hit that like button if you haven't already. And as you can see, man, this is our chat. So I'm giving y'all a sneak peek of what the SBA chat look like. We be turned in here, we be talking, chatting it about a whole bunch of different things. Like I said earlier, we hit 800 subscribers. We at 805 now. Big salute to the whole community and everybody that just believed in the product from day one. But it'd be a lot of joking going on and just a lot of fun loving stuff. And big shout out to the community, man. Let's keep growing and flowing. Haters gonna hate, but we doing our thing, man. Yeah, hit that like button if you haven't already. This is the Simulation Basketball Association. It's your boy Kamish Moolah, and we are out of here. Prospects, if you want to hoop right now, drop a GOAT in the Discord chat. If you on a winning team, you don't have to because you're obviously gonna play already. But if you're not, if you know you're not on that winning team, drop a GOAT in the chat so I can see who's here and we could get you in. Xavier Green got it done already. Prince Gonzalez got it done already. You guys don't waste no time at all. The runs be streamed on Twitch and YouTube. Some guys be wanting me to do it on YouTube, so I'm gonna just do it on YouTube tonight. It can't hurt. It is late. I be trying to let the algorithm chill, but hey, we didn't stream anything outside the podcast today, so we'll get it done. Luzone, I don't think we don't have your attributes in yet. I don't even have your player yet. I know you can send me a player, but I'll still have to do attributes, bro. And if I'm being honest, I'm trying to just get in and get these runs going with the players that's already made. I will do attributes tomorrow for the new guys that I just loaded. I still got to load McEachern too, Luzone. So if possible, let me load the McEachern guys in, then I'm gonna do the runs, and yeah, that's how we do that. So Luzone, get in a party with me, ASAP. No, get in a VC with me. I'm gonna join the VC, Luzone. Everybody jump in the VC as I get off of this. I'm about to end this right now. Jump in the VC, guys, so we can chop it up. I'm gonna download these players from Luzone, and we getting straight to the runs. So 3-point guards literally just light for the runs. Donovan Green is another guard. So that's 4 guards. And this is what I'm saying. This is why we have to let guys get next because that's too many guards, guys. Yeah, that's too many guards, and it's gonna be like 4 guards. It's gonna be unbalanced, but I will do more than one run. I'll do more than one run. So the first two people to comment was Xavier Green and Prince Gonzalez. So those two guys will definitely be on the first team, and then I'm gonna pick the rest of the guys just based on matchups. I'm gonna get some guys in that didn't play too, but for the next game, we'll have Tommy Zhao and Donovan Green next. So for the first game, the 1 and 2 will be Xavier Green and Prince Gonzalez, and then the second game it will be Tommy Zhao and Donovan Green. So jump in the block VC. It's this is it right here, guys. It's already some guys in there. Jeremiah Young is in there, but Jeremiah Young didn't comment and he didn't win. So can't do that. Uh and Olin, we don't have none of the overseas guys in yet, so you can't get no runs against these guys yet. Um, but yeah, man. So appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Let me get over this so I can get in the block VC with you guys. Hop in the VC. Hop in the VC ASAP, guys. Hop in that VC ASAP. Um, yeah, man, we gonna get this done. This your boy Commissioner Mula. I'm out. Peace. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. It's been a long podcast, but you guys held it down and y'all stayed in tune. Peace.